Alright, so yesterday we looked at solving equations involving one step. Today we're looking at equations that require two, and this is where it's important to understand the mathematical steps that we're actually doing, because solving these mentally may not be so easy. Alright, so let's get into it. The example here is 2x plus 3 equals 7. And in this case, we can see quite easily that the answer must be 2. But mathematically, we're actually performing two steps. First of all, you're subtracting 3 from both sides, and that simplifies to 2x equals 4. And then you're dividing both sides by 2, and that simplifies and gives us the solution of x equals 2. What you need to know is that when we're solving equations, we're really working backwards. So it actually makes sense to do the operations in reverse. Now, normally in BIMDIS you would do multiply and divide before add and subtract, but when you're solving equations you do add and subtract before you do multiply and divide. Okay, let's look at some examples. 2x minus 3 equals 11. Our dream is to get x by itself so that x equals a number. So that minus 3 on the left, we want to make that disappear. The opposite of subtracting 3 is adding 3, so we add 3 to both sides. Remember that whatever you do to one side of the equation, you must do exactly the same to the other, so that the equation still balances. So on the left we have minus 3 plus 3, which is 0. So we're left with 2x on the left, and then 11 plus 3 equals 14. But we need to do a second step. The reverse of 2 times x will be x divided by 2. So we divide both sides by 2. The 2's cancel out because 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 1 times x is x. So the answer is x equals 7. Now we need to check. So to check, you substitute your answer back into the original equation. So the left is 2 times 7 minus 3, which is 14 minus 3. So you can see here that 11 equals 11. This is a true statement, and that means our solution is correct. Example B, 4x plus 3 equals 10. We're going to do add and subtract before we do multiply and divide. So we're going to make the plus 3 disappear by doing take 3 from both sides. 3 take 3 is 0. So on the left we now have 4x, and on the right 10 minus 3 is 7. And in the second step we're going to divide by 4. The 4's cancel out, and the answer is x equals 7 over 4, which we would normally write as a mixed number. Now to check this one, it's actually easier to substitute 7 over 4 back into the equation, because then the 4's cancel out, and you can see that 7 plus 3 equals 10, and the answer is correct. Alright, let's try a few more. A, 2x minus 11 equals 7. The reverse of subtracting 11 is adding 11, so we do that to both sides. And on the left we will have 2x equals 18, because minus 11 plus 11 is 0. 7 plus 11 is 18. Now we divide both sides by 2, cancel the 2's on the left, and x equals 9. Example B, 6 plus 4x equals 22. Now we need to make that 6 disappear. You need to realize that that is actually a positive 6. The reverse of adding a 6 to 4x is subtracting 6. So we take 6 from both sides. 6 minus 6 is 0. So now we have 4x equals 16. Divide both sides by 4. Cancel the 4's on the left, and x equals 4. Example C looks a little bit harder, but the principles are the same. We have a plus 7 on the left, The reverse is minus 7. So we take 7 from both sides. 7 minus 7 is 0. So we just have x over 5 equals 15. And now we need to deal with this divided by 5. The reverse of dividing by 5 is to multiply by 5. So we multiply both sides by 5. The 5's will cancel out on the left. And then 15 times 5 is 75. And that's our answer. So with these, remember that you're working backwards. You're doing the reverse. So with these types of examples that involve more than one step, first of all, I highly recommend that you set out a few lines of working on your page. I use a different color to make it clear what I'm doing. You can just use one color if you like, of course, but please don't try and take too many shortcuts at this stage. What's most important is accuracy and understanding exactly what you're doing at each step. Alright, so all the best with those. Here's the exercises, numbers 1 to 5, odd letters. See how you go. If you get stuck, you can always send me a message. Bye.